Welcome back to Caves of Qud. This is the continuing adventures of Yyuun, the many arms of Yyuun. We just finished defeating the ruins of Suckish, so let's go back to the world map and have a look around. We're just going to quickly do this and toggle off all the pins and then toggle on just the unvisited ones. And let's go down here to the Dromad merchant caravan guys. And or gals and or other. And actually first let's just make sure we have everything we want. This is not going to be the most interesting to watch necessarily, but let's remove that weird artifact. We have a weird artifact. We don't want leather boots, we want the Crocsons instead. And we're going to take the grenade out. As good as grenades can be, I don't like having them equipped because if you get cloned, an electro bow, that's cool. If you get cloned, gesticulating steel gauntlets. Then the clone will quite often throw your grenade back right in your face. It's like the first thing they do. It's really annoying. Gesticulating steel gauntlets, +2 to strength, but it disallows the floating nearby equipment slot. We're not using the floating nearby equipment slot right now, so that's actually really not terrible. So yeah. Let's see here. Books, ammo, food. We don't care too much about grenades. We have a glow sphere, which we could. Actually, is it nighttime? No, it's not. It's daytime. To say we could do a quick test to see how well that will look. So that is a broken battle axe. That's annoying. The floating steel vine reaper 7 1d3, and is that two-handed? 7 and 1d3 +1. That is better than a standard battle axe. So let's put the vine reaper in there. This one does get a additional 2 cold damage on hit, so that's actually a 5 and a 1d2 +2. But the Vine Reaper is still better because it's hitting on a 7s. Yeah. But we're going to take that chem cell out. Remove the cell because we're going to keep it. We like to keep our chem cells. Batteries are useful. So let's just sell a bunch of our trash. Meat is always heavy, worth a little bit, and you just auto pick it up most of the time, which you can turn off some of those settings, so that's good. But there is another steel two-handed battle axe. It's 8 and 1d6 +1. It is a two-handed, so that takes up 2 weapon slots. That's not that great. Let's sell the electro bows as well, and the masterwork short bows, and the musket. And let's just quickly peek at that. We already looked at that one. Okay, we're gonna need some more water skins. And let's see what you have. Carbide arrows. We're gonna want to buy the lead slugs, and we have ammo. Engraved chainmail. Have we looked at this one before? No, we have not. So we've learned some new stuff from that. So in Melmas II, in 4855 BR, Melmas II won a decisive victory against the combined forces of the star-worshipping precinct of Katari at the bloody Battle of Maribel, though she lost her prized cohort of Wed fish grant during the course of this conflict. As a result of the battle, Maribel was so rife with electric arcs that it was named Analog Flats. Okay. Interesting. On the origins of nature and of the dark calculus. The dark calculus. The scary maths. There's a floating glow sphere, huh? An herberry. Cool. Polarite dagger, that's not very good. We will also take your nuggets. There's a weird texture bug thing. I think I actually have like closer to 100 of water here, but for some reason when the amount of drams that you have here, it will bump everything to the right, and instead of deleting this little piece of line here, so it makes it look like you've only got 10 drams of water. It's a weird little screen resolution bug or texture bug or something. I'm not sure if it's from a mod. I don't have any mods that modify this, I don't think, so I think that's just basic in the game then. So you'll have to pony up 101 water. So yeah, now we're at 204. Let's see. Yeah, not too much interesting that you're selling right now. That's unfortunate. Let us go back to the world map and let's just go back to our starting village, actually. Go to the clay oven and cook ourselves a little meal. And talk to our Dromad here in our hometown. We'll buy your lead slug as well. Crushed grave moth. Okay. You have flowing glow spheres as well. Do you have anything good for axes? Not really. You do have some copper nuggets, which we'll buy. I don't think we have a buckler right now, do we? No. It would not be bad to pick up a buckler. Why not? If we can use it to block, it will give us a little bit more armor value, so that's always good. And let's go talk to the Tinker a second, see what there's anything interesting over with the Tinker. They're just standing in the middle of the field here. We could 7 drams of water to identify. Yeah. It's expensive to learn. Especially, that's 3 drams. Let's identify that. A compass bracelet. Compass bracelet reduces our chance of becoming lost. That's not a huge issue, really. Okay. Actually, let's do that. Let's go to the 6-day stilt. I don't think I've been to the 6-day stilt on camera. Well, we'll quest towards the 6-day stilt. Actually, now that it's dark out, so our current light from night vision gives us a range of up to there. And if we were to, say, put a glow sphere in our hand, oh, that's much better. Yes. Okay. So let us carry a glow sphere with us at all times then. Yes. That's a flaming vine reaper? Let's install a cell in that then. Yes. I did not realize that was flaming. That gives an additional +2 to 4 heat damage. So that's 1d3 plus 1 plus 2 to 4. Which is, what, 2d2? I think, roughly. So the glow sphere is a much goodly item to be carrying by comparison to just your standard night vision. Let's keep traveling here, trying to find our bearings. Actually, there's somebody over there. Oh, they just ran off the edge of the map. But we just regained our bearings, so thank you. Let us continue the quest to the north. We know some ruins. Yes, let's investigate. Absolutely. What was the name of this place? Sorry, Dolil. And let's auto-explore. And find some books. Yay, books. Books. Find that the ruins in the desert tend to have lots of books. Nowhere else to explore? Okay, well, let's continue on to the 6-day stilt then. Yay, we've completed the quest. Oh, we are inspired. Do we want to name our folded carbide battle axe? Yes. Name it for the honey skunk sculpture. Let's name it based on its qualities. And as it is a carbide, is it folded or just carbide? Give it the skulk color. Is a folded carbide battle axe. The colossal fell of the stilt grounds. Ah, very good. So there is some hot and spicy there. Auto explore this area. So the 6-day stilt is almost always the same. It's sort of like drop on that, and that like the map is almost always the same. Where some of the tents and huts and stuff will be is a little different from time to time. And which merchants are in which parts of the map are different, and it's like some of the occupants are different. There are certain occupants that are always the same. Also, it always feels like there's some sort of farmer right in this corner, in the left corner of this map here. The other thing too is 6 Day Stilt is a multi-screen map. Some more Reshef lore. One starry evening, a babe was found swaddled with his mouth full of circuits by a group of Badals in Red Rock. They took him into their fold and fostered him, and he became known as Reshef, the coiled lamb of Badals. And we learned some Melmas lore. In 5420, Melmas, the stained wraith of the telescope-worshipping precinct of Alamur, the Imrimu Soro, died of natural causes. He was 106 years old. That's a good way to go. And 106 years old, that's a little old. Okay, so there's nowhere else to explore here. But the 6 Day Stilt is where the backspace key comes in very handy as trying to find out which merchant is where, and especially at night when they've run out of their tent, it's so hard to find some of them. But let's talk to this hatter here. He has some engraved stuff, so that's Reshef lore, so we have not learned that one yet. In 2BR, the gyre widened, and the second triad of plagues afflicted the land. The legs of kith and kin annealed to iron, darkness bloomed from the earth, and the Zvardum blackened the skies. Reshef walked below the chrome arches and healed the sick. Sweet. And a painted hat. I'm not going to keep reading all of the engravings and paintings. It's just a lot of them become very similar after a while. The random number generator used to create them is very similar, or like weight certain things differently and stuff, I think. So, yeah. But these are hats, and what do I have for a helmet? I have a steel helm of 2-3. Does he have anything really good? Nothing really, really good. Okay. And so that was that hatter. Let's go talk to this other hatter. There's a couple hatters here. Also, he's asleep, so we just have to wake him up first, and then we get to talk to him again. He's got some interesting helmets, though. The electric snail shell is an interesting one. That's a 2-1, and we're on a 2-3, and it gives us a -1 to hit, so it makes it harder for us to hit things, I do believe. And it gives us rep with what was that? Reptiles, mollusks. It's interesting, yeah. Most of the time, I find the farmers not that interesting on their stuff they have, but they can sometimes have some good stuff if you're looking for something in particular. Also, these two guys here are always here, and they almost always have, yes, carbide and steel stuff to trade. So steel boots and steel plate armor. Steel boots and steel plate armor. We're already at 0 DV. So is that really that bad? What can we sell? Oh, we got... So we got about 200. 200 or so water. Yeah, it's not that worth it right now. The other thing too I've noticed is whenever you trade with people who are not designated as merchants or are like some named character or something, their inventory doesn't change. Like a Dromad or a Tinker or an Apothecary, when you trade with them, you go back to them a couple days later and the stuff you sold to them is gone and they've got all new inventory. You trade with somebody like one of those two guards up there, these two guards here, the Protector of the Stilt, and they will seem to always carry the stuff you traded to them. So it's an interesting way of, if you know that there's a character like that, trade to them stuff that you might want to buy again in the future, but you just can't afford to keep right now. Now, it's not a good thing to do because the amount of value you gain, or the amount of value you'll end up having to pay unless you've got really high ego, sucks. So, because they'll buy it from you for like 10 drams and sell it to you for 100 drams or something like that. But yeah. And this guy here is always in the village, or is in the 6 Day Stilt. He is Zarper, the disciple of the Coiled Lamb. He worships at the sanctum of Reshef, basically. So we can share Reshef lore with him, and he will give us XP for that. So, and each time you do it, the XP is more and more. So 250, 500, 1,000. I think the next time will be 2,000. Yeah, and just carries on like that. So that's really cool. And the other character who is always here is Lola Hart. And she asks if we are looking for work. And we are. So we will go to Bela, which is her hometown, and help them with a little quest there. She's loved by prize, hated by hermits, and disliked by Badals. So anybody's disliked by Badals, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the water ritual with you. I must say I don't really like the music in and around the desert, that's for sure. I find it mildly annoying. So let's just quickly do a full auto explore of this area and see if there's any cool merchants. Actually, let's just talk to this haberdasher here quickly. Have a look, see what they got. Nothing super exciting. Searching. Talk to the merchant here. Nothing super exciting. Doesn't seem to be anywhere else to explore. Talk to the bookbinder. Nothing. So white books are randomly generated, almost never worth it to buy unless you're trying to use them, unless you got lots of water and you're using them for XP. Oh, this house or this type of building here is literally just a smoke shack. There's a couple of hookahs and people just hanging out. So yeah, that's what that style of place is. I always thought they were a store and that there was some interesting stuff in there, but no. You see that sign with that style of building, it's always just a smoke shack. Everybody's just getting stoned or relaxing. Nothing super exciting on this map. Go to the north. Just follow the dirt. I just pointed at the screen. You follow the dirt trail around or whatever. Oh, there's a Dromad merchant here. So let's go talk to him quickly because they like to move around when they're in the 6-day stilt. And he's running away from me. They sometimes get stuck on things, though. There he is. So, oh, wow. You've got some interesting stuff. So let's buy all your lead slugs. Oh, man. Crystal weapons. So copper nuggets are always going... Doesn't matter. You buy or sell them. So your nuggets are always the same value. Your copper nuggets, your silver nuggets. Basically anything that's a trade good that you see the value of and it says something like 10, 50, 100, 150. Anything that's a round number, you can just trade them straight across for water and they'll always have the same value. Whereas if I buy these slugs from him, I'm buying them from him at 0.03. But if I were to sell them to him, I'm selling them to him at, well, 0.0001. Like at barely anything. So trade goods, if you've got lots of water like we do right now, it's always a good idea to lighten yourself up a bit if they've got nuggets of some sort. Crystal daggers and flawless crystal daggers, but not actually any other thing that we really, really want. Okay, so let's do that trade there. And then continue exploring here. Talk to the crab merchant. He doesn't have anything really that I want. Talk to the food guy, the chef. See what they have. Some interesting water skins of stuff and canteens. Green books will teach you recipes if you are cooking or anything like that, which can be quite helpful. And engraved vase about Zermas II. So we learn some more lore. This guy here is a Vinter. A Vinter. It's the opposite of a Summer. Ha ha ha. I'm terrible. No, a Vinter is somebody selling wine, basically. Bing, bing, bing. Continue doing the auto explore. And we're just gonna go talk to you quickly, see if you've got anything fun and interesting. Body packs are kind of cool. I've never really used them a lot. They allow you to carry more stuff, but they take up, I think, your back slot, which is normally like your cape or your banner or whatever. So I don't tend to use them a lot, and that's everything in this map area. So we got one more to the north here, and then we start heading east. Continue exploring and go talk to this chef. The recipe book, a two-handed sword, a cracked lens, and some slime. I really kind of want to do the cooking thing at one point, but I haven't ever sat down and tried to figure it out. So talk to the glover. Ooh, an engraved gloves. So we'll look at those, and they give us some more stuff. Elastin gloves, chain gauntlets, engraved feathered weird artifact. More you don't identify. Darn, that's really unfortunate. Leech farmer. You want to buy blood? You find a leech farmer. Also, I let your leeches out. I'm sorry. And this guy is a grenader, so these are probably all grenades. I just don't know what ones they are, so yeah. An empty house, or empty shop. And a pig farmer. And that will be this section of the map. I guess that's going to be this recording, so once we get back, we will do 6 Day Stilt Part 2, I guess. Thanks for watching.